Greetings, friends. I recently shared with you my story about walking through COVID and how God healed me on the other side. Well, I'm going to share a vision that God gave me shortly after I was released from the hospital. I went from the hospital back to my daughter's home, and in her home, it's two-story. There's a bedroom on the first floor, and there's another one on the second floor. And I was in the second floor bedroom, and below me was a bedroom where Rivers, my wife, was. And all of a sudden I wake up, it's like God started to take me up out of my bed. And I remember looking down, and I could see this like a gingerbread figure, a torso, two legs, two outstretched arms, and a head. And it was a bright red, like a laser red. And that was me. And then I could see Rivers below me, and also in the form of a gingerbread man kind of shape with that laser red. So as God starts to take me up, he takes me up over the house, maybe 100 feet or so, and I'm looking back and up higher and looking back, and then I'm up over New England and I'm looking back, and I never lost sight of that little red gingerbread dot. But then he takes me up about 300 miles above the earth, and I'm up so high I could see the dome of the earth. And as I'm standing there with God, looking around, I could see, in Texas they have what's called heat lightning storms. In other words, you look out of the horizon, you can see the clouds, and all of a sudden there's like a bolt of lightning, but there's no noise, there's no thunder. It's called heat lightning. And so as I'm looking around, I could see this flash of lightning in the distance. And I said, "What's that?" And he said, "That's Australia." I said, "Oh, and another flash. What's that?" "New Zealand." "What's that?" "China." "And what's that?" "Afghanistan." "What's that?" "That's Israel." "And what's that?" "That's England." Another one. "What's that?" "That's the U.S." And so I could tell that these flashes of light were representing conflict. So I said to the Lord, what does that mean? And he says, "Well, that's conflict. All these nations under conflict and turmoil. But I want you to hear one thing. I am in control." And God must have said that to me 4 or 5 times, very clearly, very distinctly. I am in control, regardless of the chaos, regardless of what's going on, what's happening in that nation. I am in control. And I mean, it was like God just sealed that in my heart and mind, that regardless of what the world is going through, our God who created this universe is in control of everything. He has not lost his handle on this. He is in control. And so as I'm looking around, eventually all of a sudden I start to come back down, and the next thing you know, I'm laying in my bed. And it's dark. Not pitch black, but dark. And I'm laying there and I said, "Lord, okay." And he said, "Tusky, here's what I want you to do. I've healed you for one reason, to continue the ministry that I gave you for healing and delivering, preaching and teaching the gospel." I said, "Okay, Lord." He says, "Look, I want you to hear this. You're here on this planet for one reason: preach, teach, heal, deliver." And he said that to me 3 or 4 times. And he said, "Look, you focus on what I've given you to do. I will take care of the world." And I can assure you that in that moment, I was absolutely convinced beyond any doubt that our God, your God, my God, who created this universe, is in control of everything. Regardless of what's going on in the U.S. or in Afghanistan or China or South America or the Arctic or the Antarctic, our God's in control. And he will not be mocked. He will not be mocked. But again, he came back and said, "Look, your job, your role going forward is to preach, teach, heal, deliver." And it was so clear to me. So I woke up and I laid there in the bed thinking, "Oh, wow, Lord." And I went back to sleep. Well, the Lord woke me up the next 4 nights in a row at 3:30 in the morning. And I spent time with him, praying and meditating. But I'll never forget 2 things about that vision, friends. Our God is in control regardless of what's going on. Don't worry about the chaos. Don't worry about the confusion. Don't worry about what's happening. Our God's in control. And secondly, you and I have a calling and an assignment and a ministry. And I can assure you that in this post-COVID vision that I had, God was very clear to me. Your job is to preach, teach, heal, and deliver people. And I'm focused now. You know, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on the face of this earth, but I can tell you one thing. God has given me an assignment. He's let me know that he's in control no matter what's going on, but my job is to be faithful to the calling that he put on my life 17 years ago when he healed me of that stroke, that is still continuing today to preach, teach, heal, and deliver people. Amen? I just felt compelled to share this vision with you because it was astounding. I've shared it with some dear friends of mine, but I thought now I want to share it with you. The people that watch me on Facebook and on my e-blast that goes out. Because I want you to understand, again, these 2 points. That God has called me to do the preaching, teaching, healing, deliverance ministry, but the same God that's called me wants you to know that he's in control. He's got a handle on this planet. And listen, there's no better place for it to rest than in the hands of the Creator God who made it in the first place. So regardless of what's going on, our God is what? Say, in control, right? Reach out to me. Hit the prayer button on my website, paulteskiministries.com, or hit the comment button right now and share with me your thoughts. Or if this message ministered to you, I want you to share with your friends. Send it to them so they too can be blessed. But our God is so good. He's so awesome. He's so powerful. He's omnipotent, he's omnipresent, and he's omniscient. He's all-knowing, all-powerful, and all-present. Amen? Amen. And all God's people said, amen.